Observer's Log. This is from 60,000 Lightyears, a Star Trek podcast. I'm one of your observers, Jay Clark. Your other observer, Eric Berry, better known as Trekkie B47. We're enjoying fresh new Star Trek every week right now. We are here with your episode 6 spoiler review for Star Trek Starfleet Academy. So once again, you already know what it is. Red alert, shields up. If you have not watched the episode yet, you probably should not be here because we are not holding back. So yeah, I'll give you a good, good pause, 3, 2, get out of here. Eric, let's get into it. See episode 6. Come, let's away. The opener is going to be a problem for some.
Flat out, yes. This is off the back. Spoiler or pun not intended, but this is off the back of the last moment that we got in the last episode where they're full on making out, and okay. now we got full on back with some naked back, some Betazoid back. They're hooking up. It's college, but it's also more than that because we see the little montage. I love the song choice here, and. I love the use of contemporary song in this case because it feels more like, it's the Academy, whatever.
Right.
But the little montages of their romance, now they're spending time together. Now the pretenses are off.
It's a relationship.
It's a relationship.
Yeah.
And
it's good.
What I love about it, I know it's going to piss a lot of people off. It's like, oh, it's 90210 Star Trek, whatever. Okay, fine. This isn't your Star Trek, whatever. I don't care. I love this because we've only seen this hinted at between the other Betazoid human relationship between Troy and Riker. Now remember, Troy is a powerful Beta-Z, but she's half Betazoid. Yeah. So we are finally seeing the full, what I'm calling the Imzadi experience in this moment. Like full sharing of minds, imagery, all of that. But I also love that not either one of them understand this connection.
They're young. She don't quite understand it fully. That's why, like I said, the first watch of this, it's like it takes you off back. This is not regular. It's pushing the boundary a little bit for what we've known for Star Trek. A little uncomfortable at first. I'm not going to lie. But then on the second watch, that's when I know it's like, okay, no, this is good. It has purpose, and it gave me the feeling of what Star Trek, at least Starfleet Academy, has been doing. We're pushing the boundaries, but we're not doing it recklessly. As you mentioned, there's still character and relationship building going on here.
This isn't gratuitous, like Klingon booby. Like this isn't. No. It's not that.
no, not at all. Like there's real purpose here. So if you can push past it, or you can see it for what it is, it's actually a good scene. Quote early on in this episode, you'll encounter challenges your predecessors never could imagine, nor did they ever face.
Also allegory for, hey, this ain't your father's Star Trek.
Right. And again, this episode, they're in space again. We are setting up for this class, training exercise on a destroyed ship, essentially. So far through the season, it's been halfway split. 3 episodes on Earth, 3 episodes in space. Great job playing with the scenarios. And again, we're not like there's not some sequence like it's not like Power Rangers where we see the Megazord combine as the Athena launches. Although I hope we do get a shot maybe of the Athena. I'd like to see it once,
I'd like to see it because we saw it land in the first episode. I would like to see the launch sequence.
At least, one launch, yeah.
And it keeps those warp engines in orbit, which is kind of cool. Because then and I love the fact that the main body of the ship also has its own warp engines. Like, it's crazy. Because we see it, like, warp.
Yeah, it's so interesting functionality. Because, the Klingon episode, the middle part just came out of so it can get, like, 3 different sections. Interesting.
I love
it. I'm not mad at it. We got some new tech. Um,
Okay, it's new tech, but it's an old idea because in the first animated series, they had those like glow bubbles, and that's so that like it was like the life support belt,
yeah,
and it was so the animators didn't have to animate like a spacesuit. It's they could use the same cells with just like a little
yeah.
wobbly
Less
do.
less work, less work.
So as soon as that new tech came up, I was like, oh, they're just calling back to the animated series with the life support belt. It was great.
I love how the I guess away uniforms or because these are the same things they were wearing during the laser tag game, and it's the tactical uniform. It gives me TOS movie vibes with the security forces,
Yep.
and then the shuttles they kind of give me Enterprise vibes with their design. They kind of give me that vibe. So I love the little nods, like, oh, okay, I can pick this out, pick this out.
Yeah.
But essentially, the cadets they got to get this ship to life. Again, and we're not just seeing the cadet relationships, we're seeing the adult ones.
And
Um,
and the fact that the faculty is betting on whether or not these students are going to succeed or not, it's all playful, and it
mhm.
makes the adults feel real too.
Yeah, yeah, very actualized. They show me I have here. Can you show me enough without showing me everything that I can believe what you choose to show me? And so far, Starfleet Academy is doing that. There's just
Mm-hmm.
good world building here, where yeah, I believe what you're showing me, what you're telling me. There's enough belief. It's like okay, cool. Yeah, we got a lot of ideals and reality discussion here. We got
And
the work. Yeah,
and we know that the ship, the Miyazaki, which oh my god, Star Trek has always referenced like anime,
mm-hmm.
the Akira class, and now that we've got the USS Miyazaki, one of my personal favorite like animation storytellers of all time, which was a great tribute, but also from what we learned about in Discovery, that they were playing with warp drive
Mm-hmm.
alternative propulsion. And now we're seeing it. We're seeing a failed experiment of that.
And I love again how they are making the universe more actually lived in. We have a comic book of the Miyazaki adventures. The Vulcan War College cadet speaks about that and reading the comic books, and Caleb calling it Federation propaganda. Again, like characters are staying true to themselves.
Yes,
It's
yes.
it's good stuff. And so essentially, the cadets get kidnapped by a scary. That's a good.
It was freaky, dude.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
The
The red shirt,
Furies that
yeah,
they were
yeah,
calling them the Furies, yeah.
yeah, the Furies. That's I enjoy this new race and how they're a little brutal. They vicious. They ate or they made a snack of the senior officer
Oh
on the
my
trip
god.
with them, and
And then just dumped his body into space. My god. Yeah, and there's some weird like human alien bat hybrid
yeah,
thing, and I thought it was kind of weird because it looked like the lead one. It was like the lead one was like almost felt like some kind of temporal
yeah, had that
misplacement,
phase shifting, yeah, kind of thing going on.
and that kind of hinted to me maybe this was a repercussion of the temporal Cold Wars because he was shifting kind of like Future Guy in Enterprise,
Ooh.
and this is past the temporal accords.
Like
So
at this point, Starfleet Academy has done a good job of laying breadcrumbs that if they are continuing to lay some like yeah, okay, yep, lay them crumbs because I'm pretty sure you're going to answer them later on down the line if you keep
mm-hmm.
cooking like this. I love that. So it's essentially, this is where we kind of get back in line a little bit with the main story a little bit,
Right.
because they decide that the only person who can really help is Ross Baraka because he has dealt with these Furies before and dealt with them handedly. So they got to figure out how we did that, and they invite him in. I love the conversation with Admiral Vance popping in. Is the how it's again just good natural building and how they deal with things. And so literally what we see here is a good depiction of like we have an idea of what the universe was before the burn.
Right.
We know what it was after the burn and what that is. And it's a new world, but we're the Federation is trying to set things right a little bit, but we're seeing what happens. Though there are those who liked what things were after the burn, and what that conflict runs into when you try to set things right. But it's a new world order. Like it's because he's like, hey, life for me was good until y'all got y'all dilithium back and started fucking my business up.
I think this is such a good way to get Noose Braka back into the story. And obviously, this is episode 6. We're at the halfway point of the show, a little bit after the halfway point. And I know this is a streaming show, it airs weekly, but man, this could have been your mid-season.
Oh,
it's like your mid-season break.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's got that vibe. Like I said, we'll do some predictions in a little bit because
sure.
Thankful to the this is essentially our cutoff point for the preview. After this, we're with y'all week to week. This is brand new, spanking fresh for us. So we have no idea what's coming. Again, the scenery being chewed.
Oh my god!
Between Ake Baraka and even Admiral Vance. They are all just
these are 3 A-list actors, like, making this script work for them. And I told you this before we recorded. I knew Holly Hunter as an actress was good. Great. But when you can have an actor literally not say a word for 10 minutes as the main bad guy spouts off at her, and she is conveying all the story through her posture, through her... Anytime he turned away, you could see her relax a little or like try to get out. Anything not to show him weakness.
They're both trying to read each other.
To have her be silent for all of that. And then also to confront him at the right points, to push him. This is what you get when you get 2 Academy Award-winning actors together in Star Trek. Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti, this was grade A casting for Starfleet Academy. Cause you got them in the door, and now you're letting them cook.
These are duet performances. This is what's the episode with Cisco and Gul Dukat on the planet after the war, like where he really goes evil. Like these are just 2 Titan actors chewing scenery, and it's uncomfortable at moments. It's rough. And then when you understand what really happened to, oh yeah, she playing him, he playing, like the levels and just of what is being done and conveyed here. Yes.
The emotional manipulation that Noose Braka does for her and brings up her dead son, which she had to let die, and then you're tying in the whole Lanthanite thing about, and that's something you don't even think of, trauma loops. When you live when you live 400 years, what does time mean? And it funny enough, it gives me a new appreciation for the character of Pelia in Strange New Worlds, because I always thought she was weird and annoying, but now I'm understanding that she's an older Lanthanite, and she may be a bit off of her rocker because, yeah, time is unraveling for this species. It gives like a whole new perspective to me.
Strange New World could deepen its perspective on the character if it actually did character work. But anywho, we're talking about Starfleet Academy. This show is so the story progresses, and so we get a little explanation about Tarima's powers and why she has that inhibitor, what it really means. And so essentially, we learn that back in episode 2, why her father was deaf and using sign language.
Which apparently is a big, as we record this, is a big
deal. But I want to be like, y'all, shut the hell up. the show will explain things when necessary. So at this natural point where we need to understand her powers, yeah, the example is, yeah, we need to control him because she literally blew out our father's vocal cords.
Yeah, no, not just his vocal, his whole
Yeah,
auditory, like ears, everything.
explaining what we saw before, not because we needed it explained, but because it's just natural
We
story
need
progression.
context now.
Yes, yes. Let the
Just,
show is cooking. Let them
just be,
cook.
just be patient.
Oh, like
And
great stuff there.
And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of people are dismissing this too early when you're literally at the doorstep of some of the greatest
Oh,
Star Trek of all time.
this is good. This is good. I'm not a fan of the new hyper spray. It kind of looks like a TNG phaser.
I, dude, I saw that and I was like, why is the hyperspray a dust bunny phaser from
Yeah,
season TNG,
yeah,
season 1 of
yeah. I'm
TNG?
like,
Well, I didn't like that.
yeah, I'm not
It's
a
like
fan
it
of.
should be smaller, if anything. Whatever.
Can we pour a little bit out for Bobby the
Oh,
Vulcan?
dude, dude. The
Deep
way.
Space Nine character level work. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're exactly right. You build up this character through conflict for the past 6 episodes, and now they have to work together, and there's still some rivalry and tension there, but you can tell they're
The
starting
relation.
to work together.
Ooh, yeah.
And then they kill him. He takes a bullet
And not just kill him, he sacrifices himself. He steps in front of Caleb to save Caleb's life.
when not 15 minutes before he says a famous Vulcan. They didn't do the Spock name drop because we know who he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But he said a
Mm-hmm.
famous Vulcan once said the needs it's the whole needs of the many
Outweigh the needs of the few. Yes.
or the one.
Yes.
And literally 15 minutes later he's toast. Doing the same thing that he was trying to teach Caleb, that it's about sacrifice, and here we are.
Like Caleb is literally coming because essentially, it's like, hey, what's the ideals? What's the reality of all this? Because they're having some discussions like, oh, you really believe this, or are you willing to do this kind of stuff? And it's like, yes, you're literally getting the confrontation of ideals versus reality. So confront because because Caleb has an issue with the commander essentially sacrificing his life. That's what allows the cadets to escape the situation they were in. And he's like, he just sacrificed himself without thought. And Bobby the Vulcan is like, that's what we're supposed to do. And so like
Yeah.
Caleb not wanting to believe this, or he's truly seeing Starfleet and some of its ideals play out in real time and confronting that.
it, it's amazing character work, and this is because it's tying back to the premise of the first episode. It this is a Caleb episode for the most part. A Caleb
Yeah,
and
anyway, yeah,
Aki.
yeah, yeah,
I mean that's the premise of the
yeah.
show, but now he's seeing that you know Starfleet sacrifices their best to make everyone else succeed. Like sometimes good people have to die, and I don't think Caleb has ever encountered that in his life of someone selflessly
Yeah,
sacrificing themselves. He's
yeah.
probably seen a lot of murder and senseless sacrifice, but he's never seen selfless sacrifice to that level.
We see Sam take some hits. Sam gets messed up. This is a great change of pace episode. It is fast paced. There's a lot happening, and there are
Well,
stakes here, and you get left beat down at the end of this episode a bit.
and the shock of all the training cadets on the bridge who had to witness that.
Homegirl had to
And
get off.
yep. And they're literally like, okay, like we need a trauma team, or at the end of the episode, like they'll need trauma teams when they get back to the academy. That's what Vance says. And you can see the emotion on their face, the shock of it. The shock that, wait, this was just supposed to be training. And we have, like, dead people now.
It's interesting because people have been like, so when are we going to get the Kobayashi Maru episode? Which we might one day, that might be cool. But I think it's awesome that they got to this first because this made it real for them. Their friend was killed on not even a real mission. This was just supposed to be a training mission. People lost their lives. There's real stakes out here. Like this.
And it's not just, it's the whole like Intrepid class ship that got destroyed.
Oh man, so real, you brought up the Intrepid class ship. So far, this show has done a better job actually letting me see these new era ships than Discovery did. Because even back in episode 4, when you had the fight between the Klingons and the Federation fleet, I was like, okay, I can see that ship. I can actually see some of the design. So I'm grateful. It's like, okay, because that's one of my biggest problems. Like Discovery was always kind of like, yeah, there's that ship, and we'll show you a little piece, or it'll be super out of focus, or we're not, or dark. And it's like I can't see nothing. I actually can see and understand some of the concepts of the ships of this era through Starfleet Academy because they're actually displaying them. That monologue from Baraka at the end of this episode, though.
Oh my god!
Because essentially, the episode turns out Baraka was the one who they both try to play each other, but Baraka gets the upper hand. He steals something from a station because it was all a ploy to get something from the station. We don't know what it was.
Top secret technology. Yes. We don't know.
And that monologue, as they're closing out the episode, was again the writing, the acting. It's just so damn good.
Now, I will forever be grateful for All Nerds. Check out their content because we're going to dive a little bit more deeply into that later. But it really pains me. I will forever thank them for allowing us this access to see the first 6 episodes ahead of most people. But now I have to wait that much longer for episode 7. This is my best of both worlds because even though it's like, I still have to wait like over a month and a half before I see episode 7 as we record this. Like, what? Like, I have to wait.
Yeah.
That's such a cliffhanger. And, people get to see, other normal people have to see it, like normal people, like average viewers get to see it in the next week. But that's how good the show is. I don't want to wait for the next episode.
This show, so far, like I said, at this point we're blind. We have no idea what's coming next. This show has to land the plane.
Yeah.
Because, we were talking before, like, if this show lands the plane, this just might be the best premiere season of any Star Trek series.
Any. Not just, new Star Trek, not Kurtzman era Star Trek. Any. Because first seasons are typically raw fish, but and I did think Strange New Worlds had a great first season.
It was good.
But we had already established those characters in a season before of a different show.
Yep.
If, and I hope, and I have a little bit of faith of the heart.
At this point, I got more than faith. It's more than like, I'm expecting you to now. The expectations are for you to land the plane.
Because if you don't, my disappointment will know no bounds. Oh. And I will be so skeptical for season 2 if and when that airs.
If you do not land this plane, it is like that's going to be one of the biggest FUs. Because, again, we were skeptical going into this. Damn it, you presented something good, and I bought in hard. You've blown my mind. You better close this out. And I don't know where we're going, and I'm fine with that. I am here for the ride because you're showing me you're cooking. I'm enjoying the meal you're presenting. You better
Yeah.
finish out.
Now give me that tasty dessert.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that tasty dessert with the coffee at the end, and I'll be good. But you need to deliver the tasty dessert.
Yeah, you needs to. So let me ask you this: what are some predictions or thoughts that you have that might be happening in this last third of season one?
So I definitely think that episode 7 will be the start of the winter or whatever spring semester, however they want to do it. I really think we won't see Noose Braca and or Caleb's mom until the finale. I think they're either going to do a big 2-part finale / premiere, but I think we're going to get 7 is definitely going to be the after effects or like whatever. We'll get 8 and 9, some more regular, quote unquote, regular type episodes. But I think they're going to go for, because this is confirmed, we have 2 seasons. They've already finished wrapping on season 2. Hopefully we get season 2 like the start of next year and not like
Yeah.
2-3 years like Strange New Worlds, or ever. But that's another thing. So I really think we're gonna get either a huge cliffhanger or a nice ending that wraps up season 1 as its own thing, and then season 2 can have its own thing. So it's either going to get either the last episode, it's going to be a resolution, or it's going to be a cliffhanger.
There's only
I kind of want it to be a resolution, so
Give me-
season
give me
2
the
can
Prodigy.
be a new, yeah.
Give me the Prodigy type of thing where
Yeah.
where the end of season one was its own resolution, but as we see, season one was still important to season two. Yes,
Yes.
if which I have all the faith right now. There's only two things that I think I'm pretty sure of. One is that the situation with the mama ain't gonna be what we think it is. That's number one. There's a twist coming. I don't know what it is. There's a twist coming. That's
The whole mystery, why
Yeah.
why hasn't she talked to her
Yeah.
son in a year?
yeah,
And
there's
and I'm thinking like Captain Ake. There's something a little bit off about this whole thing. There's
Yeah.
something too convenient.
yeah, something's coming. And then the other thing, which I'm also more positive now on, is we're getting a Doctor and Sam episode before this season ends because Sam got messed up. Whereas, there was a line the doctor said that he can't do, like, it's whatever it is, jacked her up, that they possibly need to take her home to get repaired. Which Sam, whatever that was, jacked Sam up to where he can't fix her.
Oh,
Something tells me we're going to get
they
an
have to
episode,
go back to Cask.
and you guys, who better than the doctor? And I'm hoping that setup brings us into whatever has been going. Like, give us, yeah,
Wait. If we're going down that route, here's the breadcrumbs that we're talking about. Here's my full-on prediction now. In Sam's episode, they show a representation of the planet Cask being this weird, like, dimensional, like, holographic thing, obviously. Or, like, a very symmetrical, geocentric planet. But the Doctor, in a way, is an emissary because he's a photonic created by humans. Cask photonics are created by a different alien race. So now, as a holographic being, a photonic that has been around for almost a millennia, to be like, hey, jerks, you got someone special here. I'm a photonic that's been around for almost 1,000 years. You need to listen to me. Oh my God.
I could see it being it is Starfleet Academy gonna give us its version of a courtroom episode, maybe?
Is this going to be our measure of a man, but for photonics?
I don't know, but they're going to do something, and
They
that's the
have to.
one.
Oh.
And then I'm hoping we get a I'm hoping we get a Genesis focus episode. Genesis and Kareem, they had some cool moments on the ship because you got the cadets on the bridge, and I like that we actually saw the
I
work.
I do want to see more of Genesis and
Yeah,
Remy because they kind of hinted they might be appearing, but also in the beta
yeah,
test episode, Genesis was like a little bit. I don't want to say heartbroken, but a little bit like kind of like there's that love triangle thing.
a
Like
little bit, but they're not leaning into it, which is
right,
good.
which is good. But
But
I
yeah,
do want to see like a Genesis episode for sure.
yeah, because
I feel she's due
because
one.
you kind of got the split of those two in episode three, but no, she's due. We're due for
Yeah,
yeah,
how big of a admiral is her father? Like,
right.
what is
Where are
that
they tied to? Yeah,
dynamic? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, but they gotta land this plane before we get out of here. So these first six, sir, rank them.
Oh
First six
man,
of season one,
God.
Starfleet Academy. Put them in order.
6, 5, 4, and then 2. What I say? 2, 1, 3, or
Yeah, yeah, yep, 2-1.
yeah.
Okay.
So I
Ooh.
mean, it's kind of like, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like these last three are just building and building. Like it gets better and better and better. Like the first three, take them or leave them. It builds the foundation. But now that that foundation's built, we're building something here.
Oh, that water had to boil. The early seasonings had to get into the roux, and
Now we're getting some al
now we get,
dente going
yeah,
on.
now we're getting. It is. I'll probably never be settled on this. It's going to flip back and forth, probably depending on how it's 4 or 5. Like 4 and 5, number
Yeah.
one, number two. It could be 5-4. I don't care. They
But
and
but
then
six
then
is
six. Yeah, so
yeah.
it's either so let's just say 5-4-6-3-2-1. Yeah, yeah. No. 5-4-6-2-3-1. There we go.
Yeah,
Yep,
two
that's
three
what. Yeah,
one.
two
Yeah.
three one. Yep, that's where I'm at right now. Land the plane, Star Trek Starfleet Academy. I swear to God, if y'all don't land this plane. But anywho, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see y'all next week for episode 7 of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Join the crew, like, share, subscribe, drop some comments, questions, whatever you do. Do it well. Join us for the ride. Our usual duties. We go through every iteration of Star Trek. Check out previous episodes. Please also check out For All Nerds. Got a little takeover over there where we're talking about some of the deeper questions that this series is asking. And again, they really hooked us up here. Much appreciation to them for allowing us to get ahead of some things. But until next time, live long and prosper. We'll catch y'all in class.